Hello everyone and welcome back to another Let's Play from Man of War here. So instead of jumping back into the regular Sun Jian Let's Play by Total War 3 Kingdoms, we're going to instead be taking a blind jump into Humankind, the brand new game released by, I believe it's Paradox. They just released this game today. I've been so excited for this game. I've gone ahead of recording this and I've adjusted some of the settings, so just in case anybody was wondering, just for video quality, their quality level, it doesn't have an advanced mode that I can go into and change all the individual settings on, so I would just went with beautiful. I've got a good enough setup where I could probably run it on fantastic, but I'm just being safe here. So why don't we before we get into that, I really like the avatar system in this game. This is super cool. I've basically created a representation of what would be myself for the most part, given the options that I had. So let's just hop right into this, and we're gonna go new game. So let's see what the settings are here. We've got competitors here. Is there a random option? There should be. So this is all new to me. I'm not very used to Paradox games, and I would have liked to do a little bit more of a kind of like a soft dive with, say, Endless Legend or something like that. I have played Endless Legend. It's just, it wasn't always my favorite game. So what's with this? Content, pre-order package. Okay. So let's say 6 competitors. Sure, I switched it around a little bit more, so I'm just going to let it ride out with that. We're going to go single player mode. The world is, what are our options? Large. You know what? This is a blind dive in. Let's go difficulty. Yeah, you know what? Okay, so with the difficulty settings, we've got Hamlet, Town, Metropolis, Nation, Empire, Civilization, and Humankind. So I assume Humankind is like extra hard, or very hard in most other games. What is peaceful mode? So no, let's not set that. So I'm not used to this game settings, but I've played a lot of Civ 6 and I've played a lot of Total War. So I feel like Nation is probably the hard mode. Yeah, so you know what, let's just go with... You know what, we're starting off in a brand new game. Let's just go Metropolis. I've wasted too much time on this. So let's go with... yeah, let's just start it off. I don't know about you guys, but I've waited basically half the day. I've been at work all day. I've been looking forward to this so much, just hopping right into it. Oh man. So it looks like we're starting off as a nomadic tribe. Okay. I can't remember if I turned tutorials off. I may have put tutorials on advanced mode, so we might get a few tutorial messages
Our
here.
universe contains infinite stories, most of which are about rocks and ice at sub-zero temperatures in a vacuum. Rather boring. However, on a small damp rock, there is a story that bears a second look. It's your story. But the first 4 billion years or so mostly concern amino acids. Not much of a page turner. But then, over time, the amino acids bond together, and things start to get interesting. And a bit drier. A certain subspecies of hominid discovers that you can do more with a sharp rock than annoy your little brother. Tools and weapons are invented. The hominids begin to cooperate. Fire becomes a servant rather than an unpredictable force of nature. They learn to tan the skins of animals for clothing. They learn ways to record and probably exaggerate their adventures. Eventually, these tribes learn to build shelters and immediately hold the first barbecue parties. This is the dawn of humankind. Struggle and cooperation have been rewarded. The Neolithic era draws to a close. The whole world beckons. This tribe has come far, but the rest of their story is your story. You are the one who will build them into a great civilization. How far will you push humankind? A new era, a new epoch. While your tribe looks to you for leadership, the weight of all those future, unborn generations also weighs upon your decisions. What sort of lives will they have?
Awesome. Okay, so that was a little bit of storytelling, and honestly, I think just in terms of that was a lot more than what I was expecting at the very same. I expected them to throw us in maybe a little bit of narration, but that was almost like a funny little story that they started at the beginning. So it says here, your first objective is to survive the Neolithic era and earn your first Aerostar. Aerostars measure your achievements in the game. We will cover them in more detail soon. Okay. So it's going to take me through FIMS output preview. So about previewing the FIMS resource output of tiles. You can toggle tile output but preview at any time by selecting the tile output button at the bottom right of the screen near the end turn button. Take some time to observe. Okay. So it basically tells me what each tile is going to be worth. Okay. So I assume we just start moving our people left and right. Yeah. So okay. So I can just right click, move them around. So since we're already on high ground, I don't really want to move them down there necessarily. Okay. So let's move our army over here.
Delicious. Though
Awesome.
Next time, it might be better if you washed it first.
Okay, so we found nuts. We found these nuts right away. So you found a curiosity, nuts, providing plus 10 food on the hunting party. Okay. So where is this Aerostar thing that they're talking about? Hunting party's exhausted, used all its movement points. End turn is right there. So if I click up here, this is the Empire screen. Here you can review the progress, achievements, and heritage of your empire. Most likely, this is where you can track Aerostar goals in detail. Please take some time to familiarize yourself with the Empire panel. Understanding is key to playing Humankind. Okay. So, in order to earn Aerostars, you have to reach one of these goals to enter a new era. For the Growth Star, have 5 population and/or units within your empire. I have 1 currently. Okay. Knowledge Star. Discover curiosities to accrue 10 science. This will unlock a Neolithic legacy trait. Hunt a total of 5 animal units. Okay. Alright. So that's what I look like right now. Little tribes guy. Alright. So let's end the turn. Now we are on turn 2. So it looks like if we get 20 food, we get another unit in the nomadic tribe. Okay, that looks good. So in the hunting party, we have an attack button, claim territory button, and ransack. Okay. All right, sounds good. Does it take? Base movement cost is 2. Okay. So let's just move over here. Okay, there was a curiosity over there. I'm probably gonna have to go back and get that. Let's end the turn. Ooh, looks like there's horses deposit over here. So let's move over here. We found some wild berries. Okay, so we're getting there.
Onward.
Move one more turn. And turn.
Do it.
Okay, so we have to cross a river. I guess it takes... an extra turn to cross the river. So let's just do that over here. Oh, there's another curiosity over here. It looks like more food. Turn. So what does it say here? Danakil Desert has been unlocked by another empire. World deed unlocked. Interesting. Okay, not sure what a world deed is. I'm sure we'll find out.
We move.
Okay, so we got 15 food from that. We've got 2 tribespeople now. Okay. Now what is this? Sanctuary, a rich, diverse habitat with plenty to sack. This is a breeding ground for peaceful wildlife who range the surrounding area. Right, so let's move over here, and I believe ransack it. Okay. Events will occur during the game based on how you play and how you shape your empire. It is up to you to choose how to respond to these historical challenges. Carefully review the proposed choices and make your best possible decision for your people. Okay, understood. So, okay. In the distance, a thin cord of smoke cuts up into the clear blue skies. Fire. Calling a few tribesmen, you run closer. The smell of cindered bark and burning pine growing stronger with each footfall. You spy dancing flames and suddenly find yourselves on the edge of a settlement on fire. Many of the structures are ablaze, but even with the smoke and flames, you can see these abodes are marvels of craftsmanship. You are about to direct your men to put out the fires with loose soil when you see short, shadowed figures running away, youths. They could become part of your tribe if you give chase now, but that would mean losing the secrets of construction. Okay. You know what, let's get the raid. Yeah, let's do that. I think I have to wait a turn here for that. So we've got another hunting party. Let's see how we're doing that. So we're almost at the 5 population already. That was pretty quick. There are 3 ways to gain your first Aerostar. Either increase your population, gather signs from science curiosities, or hunt down wild animals. Okay. So I'm gonna keep these guys separate. What is this? That's a silk deposit. What is that? Is that a horse? That is deer. Okay. So, since that guy is in the middle of ransacking, we can move this guy around a little bit. Nice. More food. And we'll wait a turn. Okay. Sounds good. So... Okay, that site has been ransacked, so we've got 3 now. And we're almost on our 5th. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these guys over here. Transfer to here. Okay. So that's fine. Those guys can't move anymore.
This way.
Let's see if we can entrap that deer. We are moving through pretty quick over here.
This way.
So there's more. Awesome. Okay. So the question is, fame rewards the deeds of your tribe as their tales of their accomplishments echo through the wilderness. In the Neolithic era, gain fame by discovering natural wonders or earning one of 3 possible Aerostars: population, science, and hunting. Earn as much fame as possible to leave your mark on history and win the game. We will cover fame in more detail when you reach the ancient era. Okay. Understood. Culture details. Okay. So I don't think I'm ready to move on to the next one yet. So somebody's already picked that one. Okay. So let's just see what they have here. I don't think we're going to do it right this turn, but I do think that we're going to need to pick one. So the Mycenaeans were already picked. So these guys look like they're probably warmongers, just based on that. So minus 20 on unit industry cost, plus 25 experience when creating a unit on a city or an outpost. So yeah, it looks like they have strong armies. Plus 20 for district fortification, plus 3 for industry, plus 15 for stability, plus 3 for combat strength and combat units, blah, 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 blah. And they've got the Promontory. Meaning to fight in front. The Promontory are inspired by champions chosen to fight on the front line. Okay. So our options are Zhou. Okay, so they look like, yeah, they're heavy cavalry. Stability. I have no idea what stability is necessarily, but it seems like it's something if you want to grow a big empire. Lots of science. Okay. Phoenicians, plus 2 money per traders on city or an outpost. Minus 10 this. So they can also build the Haven, which is their specialty building. The Phoenicians settle in the heart of many bays, turning the coastal escarpments into natural protection for their ports. And they have access to the Byreme as their special unit. So they're mostly traders. The Olmecs, I'm not sure what influence does. I'm not very familiar with that. But they have javelin throwers and they have the Olmec heads. Okay, interesting. Nubians. They look like kind of a general overall. Tasseti archers. Yeah, they look like traders, but also industry makers. Okay, so they're good with luxury and they look for resources. We've got the Hittites, which are probably our other militaristic. Oh yeah, so it says up here, it says militarist, so that's where I'm missing things. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I did say I was going into this blind. They got heavy cavalry. Rapians. They have runners. Egyptians. They are builders. That makes sense. We've got Babylonians. They're good at science as well. Yeah. The cavalry unit. And then the Assyrians. They've got the Assyrian raiders. These guys are expansionist. Okay, influence and diplomacy. Okay, interesting. Okay, so we're not going to do that this turn. Let's see if we can get... We're not really anywhere near any of the other ones. So probably not going to do that this turn. I will go over here and grab another. Remind me later. I do want to explore a little bit down this way. So what I am looking for over here.
Uh-huh.
So I've got 3 here. Let's see if we can take out animal. So let's see what the battles are like. Battle objective attack. Prepare for your first battle. Victory will be yours if you eliminate all enemy units. Otherwise, the defender will win by default. Understood. So let's move. Did not say any of that. Okay, so that's how it splits out the unit. The colored tiles represent the deployment zones of both armies within the larger battle area. Deployment is key to maximizing the potential of your troops. You will progressively learn that the parameters should be taken into account. For now, pay close attention to elevation and attack range. You will always strike much harder in an attacking position above. Okay, so common sense. Got it. Let's bring him over here. Okay, so deploying your troops in order to move a unit onto a different deployment tile. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Battle rounds. Number of battle rounds is played every turn. This number, blah blah blah. Okay. So we're stronger than the deer, which is to be expected. So minimum minus 11 health. Okay. It's barely. Crossing a river. Where? Oh, because I'm on a river. Got it.
What's over there?
Let's move him over here. Let's move him over here. Let's move him up the hill. Oh, nice.
Get them.
Okay, so we've basically got this thing surrounded. As long as I'm not attacking on the river, we should be fine. Awesome. So they lost that, and we gained +5 of that, and we gained +5 influence. Okay. Every empire has traditions and customs that can spread from territory to territory. In Humankind, this propagation is known as cultural influence, or star influence. There are many ways you can earn or spend influence in the game. In the Neolithic era, earn influence by hunting or discovering science curiosities. You can then use influence to found your first outpost and take control over territory. So it's actually super important if I go ahead and do that. So let's see if we can find some other things we can find. Your tribe has enough influence to found its first outpost. Outposts are crucial to the development of your early empire because they allow you to claim territories outlined in white dotted lines. Okay. So, you know what? I'm gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna do one more battle over here and see what happens. So, manual battle. Is anybody on a river right now? Doesn't look like it. Let's end the deployment there.
Yes.
Let's pull you guys up over here.
We
You
are
guys
not
are gonna.
spirits. Onwards.
Alright. See if I can get up over here and surround them. Okay, so they went after the unit that was isolated. So I messed that up already, guys. Doing such a great job. What is this? So that would technically put them in a forest. That might give us an advantage. I doubt it, but hey, what do I know? Let's end the round. So let's attack him there.
Earth, give them strength.
Okay.
Yes.
And he's dead now. Okay. So gain another 5 influence. Okay. So let's end the turn. So, quick question. I don't really know, so if you guys do know, please answer down in the comment section below. But do they heal? Okay, so they do heal every turn. So that's more or less what I was looking at. Let's move this way. So we got another hunting party here. What's going on here? Seed of an idea. Yesterday the tribe came across a vast tract of wild grain. Stalks swayed in the breeze like the wind playing over golden waters. The ground down grain could feed the tribe twice over, but one of the tribal elders had another idea. Instead of pounding the seeds in flour, she suggests planting half of them so the grasses will return next summer. This is a curious idea, and at odds with nomadic life, but perhaps a harbinger of the future. What should you do? So let's plan. So let's just take a quick gander at what I'm working with here. So we got silk here. We got some mountains on this side. We've got saffron over here. Industry. Okay. So we got some stuff going on. Hot springs. Yeah, you know what? I think it's just about time. Let's come down here into the valley. Some more stuff over here. River spring. That's some stuff we could look at. I'm not sure how all this affects, but it looks like if we settle in around this mountain range, we can get quite a bit out of this. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So let's just take a quick look at who we can be. So for right now, you would think Man of War wants to be a warmonger. Merchant. I might go with someone. Militarist. Yeah, I don't really care for that. Awari. I think I'm gonna go. You know what? I've always been a huge fan of Asian culture. So what do they have? They have the Confucian School. So that's a lot of science production. Honestly, it doesn't really float my boat, but it's the first empire. So I mean, to be honest, scientists, builder. I could go Egyptian. Yeah, let's just take one last quick look at where I'm at. You know what? If I'm gonna settle, I'm probably gonna settle somewhere over here. So you know what? Let's go with Zhou. This is a culture legacy trait, gameplay modifier that will remain active until the very end of the game. Each culture has a different trait, and traits will add up as you progress through the eras, combine more cultures. So, +2 stability on district. Okay. Culture details, finally, an emblematic quarter and an emblematic unit, both of which can only be built by this culture. Bear in mind that both require a given technology and our particular resources to be built. Okay. Understood. Take some time to hover over the different elements and familiarize yourself with the above notions. In your early playthroughs, we suggest that you play the cultures that feel right and appealing to you, and don't overthink culture selection, like I just did. Once the choice is made, press the confirm button. Your culture choice will become effective at the end of the current turn. Okay. So let's just confirm that.
The challenges of a young civilization. It's hard keeping up with the neighbors when they have the wheel and you don't. Humankind learns quickly that everyone contributes. If you're terrified of wild animals, you can grow lentils or catch fish. Tribes settle towns. Towns develop markets, and markets begin the exchange of goods, services, and most important, rumors and hearsay. Perhaps you don't really need to focus on markets when you have deep philosophers and dangerous chariots.
Awesome. Okay. Before placing your first city, let's study the terrain. Use this button to show the grid. Okay. This grid shows the natural resources of all discovered tiles. Tile resources can be food, industry, money, or science, and are collectively known as FIMs. You can play with or without the grid enabled as you see fit. In case it is needed, it will automatically appear. Information displayed for the grid can be very useful for organizing your cities and maximizing their production. It is also handy for determining where to found your city next. Okay. So, as much as I'd like to get directly into that, guys, this is going to be the end of my video here. So stay tuned for part 2. I will be going right back into this. I'm going to try to upload as many videos as I can tonight. I probably want to play this into the early morning. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you do like the content, feel free to like and subscribe if you want to stay updated with all the recent videos that I'm going to be posting. I also have a TikTok that's going to be linked below. And if you aren't getting the notifications through YouTube, I always post on Twitter when I post a brand new video. So yet again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Ciao for now.